All right, welcome back. Chapter 11, conclusion of business plans that work. So, Firefly epilogue. The Firefly plan we have used throughout this book is an actual plan produced by an entrepreneur trying to launch her business. It is the third major iteration of the plan, quite different from the initial draft completed in December 2001, and probably very different from the next iteration. During each major draft of the entrepreneur's sophistication in describing the concept and the opportunity improves, it is useful to map how the business has evolved over time. Below are the major changes. Items 1 through 6 are included in business plan of in this book. Items 7 and 8 must have evolved since that time. Number 1 wants to start a business that helps children. Number 2 develops a plush toy concept geared towards unaccompanied children flying on planes. Number 3 expands concept to include children in distress, facing divorce of parents or illness or death of a close family member. Section 4 adds storybook about the comfort creature facing a stressful situation. 5 adds comfort kits to go along with the comfort creatures. 6 recognizes that penetrating the specialty toy store channel is difficult and devises alternative distribution strategy. Hospitals and other organizations that work with children. 7, through selling product, finds that buyers aren't clear on how to use the product and so develops a caregiver guide. 8, develops training program to deliver to professional caregivers. The program may generate some revenue, but the main benefit is that it drives product sales. Each iteration suggests that Lauren has gained a much deeper understanding of how to reach her core customer, children in distress. During her investigation of the toy industry, Lauren came to appreciate the difficulty of penetrating the mainstream distribution channels. She also learned that the failure rate of a new toy product is very high, but working with children is Lauren's passion and she was not easily dissuaded. Lauren needed a strategy that might help overcome the long odds. She needed to go through the business planning process. Lauren learned that a key to successful business planning process is talking to anybody and everybody you can. These conversations build your knowledge and network and put you in a better position to take action. Lauren has been a master networker. She offers this advice: be willing to talk to everybody. When you speak with someone, ask for names of other people to call and talk to. Everybody, even those who don't seem like relevant contacts, has insight that can help. Once you have spoken with someone, follow up with emails thanking that person, and then email the people he or she told you to contact, copying the original person. Lauren has found that almost everybody is reachable through email and has been surprised at how cold contacts will respond through email. Lauren relates the following story on how networking has led to strong leads. One of my contacts suggested that I call this woman in New York. I didn't have any idea how this woman might be relevant to my new venture, but I secured a 30-minute meeting anyway. The woman introduced me to another woman who worked for a PR firm that handled the toy industry or association. That woman put me in contact with CEOs from very large toy companies. It is too early to see where this may lead, but building my network in this industry can only help. As this excerpt illustrates, entrepreneurs who talk and network not only improve their vision but also find potential partners and advisors. Who should you talk to? The list starts with the smallest people in the industry. Who are the world-class experts you will emulate or hope to surpass? It includes potential customers, distributors, vendors, advisors, mentors, and even competitors. Very early in the process, you should define who your core customer is in terms of demographics, age, gender, income, etc., and psychographics, what motivates the person to buy. During such interactions, Lauren learned to appreciate who buys comfort creatures and comfort kits for children, users of the product. She learned that the obvious buyer, the parent, may not be the only or best target customer. By talking to the preschool teachers, child psychologists, counselors, and others who interact with children, Lauren learned that they were looking for more tools to help a child communicate. Through her contacts, Lauren was able to set up focus groups with children. During those sessions, Lauren observed how children interact with toys and caregivers. Those sessions, along with consultations with caregivers, led to the comfort creature's distinctive attribute, the feeling pouch. Lauren also learned that there may be a better way to reach these caregivers than the traditional retail distribution channels. direct sales to the organizations where the caregivers work. Those conversations also fostered advisors. Firefly's board of advisors is filled with customers who have become evangelists who help spread the word of Firefly's benefits. Lauren has spent considerable time talking to people who work in her distribution channels. Early in the process, Lauren visited several specialty stores, toy retailers, and learned how they acquire products to sell. Through those interactions, she secured some test site stores that were willing to display her toys. This information will provide Lauren with valuable knowledge on a number of fronts. First, should Firefly even use this channel? It has become a secondary channel in the early stages of the company, but Lauren believes specialty toy stores may be a mechanism for rapid growth once the product builds recognition through other channels. Thus, she is testing the channel in anticipation of future growth. Through this test, Lauren hopes to learn how Firefly should position its product in the store. Second, how does the end customer perceive the product? Third, are specialty retail stores an appropriate channel, or should Firefly focus solely on the institutional channel? Lauren can spend time in the store and observe which customers look at the Firefly products, which customers buy the products, and so forth. Based on that intelligence, Firefly can adapt and reposition the product if necessary. Lauren also has spent time talking to philanthropic organizations, hospitals, and schools. Through these conversations, she has learned that she needs to support caregivers in determining how to best use the product. To that end, she is designing Train the Caregiver seminars. She also has learned that many organizations have budgets for such training. Thus, this may develop into another revenue stream for the company. Vendors are also fruitful providers of information. Vendors help Lauren understand the production process and ways to make the highest quality products at reasonable prices. But vendors' knowledge goes beyond that. Through conversations with vendors, you can learn about best practices. These vendors may supply your competitors. Although vendors never divulge trade secrets, nor should you press them to, you can gain insight on how your competitors operate. If you are doing an innovative product, one you believe nobody has ever done, you may learn through vendors of stealth competitors, companies in the pre-launch period that have yet to sell a product or service. Vendors often are knowledgeable about other suppliers you might need and what distribution channels might work, and can provide a different perspective on what your customer wants. It is never too early to start talking to potential vendors. By talking to everybody and anybody, you can build up a list of advisors and mentors who can help you with a wide array of business issues. Lauren has done an excellent job of broadening her advisors beyond childcare professionals. She has leveraged all her business school professors, including us, by meeting with them outside class and even after her graduation. She used her network to identify a lawyer who helped her in contracting with vendors and investors, and also provided advice on intellectual property protection, copyright, trademark, etc. for lower fees than she would have paid if she had arranged it through the phone book. More recently, she has encouraged a leading family business accountant to join her board of advisors, and even invest entrepreneurs who talk more are likely to move the business forward than are the paranoid entrepreneurs who believe everybody's out to steal their idea. It is even possible to talk to your competitors by attending trade shows. As Lauren conceived her idea, she started attending toy trade shows. Through those events, she met many entrepreneurs who were similar to her. They had innovative toy products and had launched them. Those entrepreneurs gave her invaluable advice on the hurdles she would face and how she might overcome them. Lauren also identified potential partners. For instance, comfort kits incorporate other toys into the package. Many of these contacts remain informal advisors to Firefly. In addition to toy trade shows, Lauren attends conventions that attract professional child caregivers. The key is to view the business planning process as one of gathering information that will move you forward and the business to succeed. As we are writing this book in May 2004, Firefly continues to make progress toward entering the market. The company is close to securing its next round of financing. One investor has agreed to put $70,000 of the $320,000 Firefly is seeking, provided that Lauren can secure other investors. This type of pledge is called a soft commitment and is very common when one is seeking funds. Closing this round of financing won't ensure Firefly's success. In fact, We may not know for many years if Firefly will become a sustainable business, but the process Lauren has gone through has increased her chances. She's passionate and articulate about her opportunity. Without going through the business planning process, Lauren would be clear about her business model and would have been able to persuade the investors to date $110,000 or the ones she is seeking now to believe in her vision. Business planning will help you gain the deep understanding necessary to articulate your vision convincingly and get buy-in from investors, customers, team members, and so forth. All right, next steps if you need funding. Once you have a strong draft of your business plan, you are in a better position to seek outside funding. However, most investors, whether they're VCs, angels, friends, or family members, do not want to see your completed plan, at least not initially. What they want is often a dehydrated plan of 5 to 10 pages and 5 to 10 PowerPoint slides. Many investors will ask you to email them the summary and slides in advance of their possibly asking you in for a meeting. They want something short and concise to get a sense of the opportunity. Is it attractive? Is it something they normally invest in? A good sense of the team. Are you capable of executing the opportunity and how the investment will help you move the business to the next level? If the investors are excited after reading your summary and reviewing your slides, they probably will ask you to discuss the opportunity. Think of the standalone summary and PowerPoint slides as a hook. You are trying to entice the investors to learn more. If the meeting goes well and the investor is still interested, he or she may ask you for the full plan. Many investors use the business plan as a roadmap to conduct due diligence, to investigate whether your claims are valid or just a pipe dream, but before you can get there, you need to hook the investor. The dehydrated business plan is derived from the full business plan. First and foremost, you need to add a cover page similar to the one you have included with the business plan. Add visuals such as your product pictures, competitor maps, and customer profiles, in addition to filling out the details in all the subsections of the plan. Provide as much information on the team as possible, harkening back to the old adage that investors prefer to back A-level teams with B-level ideas versus B teams with A ideas. You need to convince them that you can execute the opportunity. In Appendix 3, we evaluate the FOSSA dehydrated business plan. In other words, Gloria Kolb, the FOSSA founder, could send that executive summary dehydrated plan to an investor without the business plan, and investor would be able to understand the business and make a preliminary assessment of whether it was worth further investigation. Creating a PowerPoint slides is a valuable exercise because it forces you to think about your opportunity visually. The 12 or so slides should cover the following areas: cover page, showing the product picture, company name, and contact information. 2, opportunities, description, emphasizing customer problem or need you hope to solve. 3, your product or service, illustrating how it solves the customer's problem. 4, some details as needed to describe your product better. 5, competition overview. 6, your entry and growth strategy, showing how you will get into the industry and then grow. 7, overview of your business model, meaning how you make money and how much it costs to support those sales. 8, team description. 9, current status with the timeline. And 10, summary, including how much you need and how that money will be used, your sources and uses. A mistake entrepreneurs often make in creating PowerPoint slides is using too much text. Bullet point slides are easy to create but aren't as compelling as pictures. A picture is truly worth 1,000 words, and so your challenge is to substitute visuals for words whenever possible. Appendix 4 shows PowerPoint slides for FOSSA Medical. It should be noted that these slides are build slides, meaning that although there are only 14 of them, a few have parts that animate in based on what Gloria is talking about. FOSSA Medical Prologue. FOSSA Medical was started by Babson College MBA Gloria Kolb. The business plan we are illustrating is one that Gloria wrote as she was seeking a round of financing for $3.7 million. As you will read in the business plan, FOSSA Medical has patented a device that will change how people are treated for kidney stones. The company already has raised $425,000. The initial funding was used for animal trials and U.S. Food and Drug Administration clearance, FDA clearance. The company has been completing human trials and launched the product in 2003. As you read through FOSSA's plan, you will notice that it is different from Firefly's plan on several fronts. The most obvious difference is that the plan is about a technology business. FOSSA is a year older than Firefly, and Gloria has gone through a half a dozen iterations of the planning process. In certain respects, the plan is more concise and developed. The plan also varies somewhat from the format we led you through in this book. Gloria presents the company first, for example. Remember, the business planning process is for your benefit, and if you want to modify the order of the material, the depth of the discussion, or other aspects, that's fine, as long as you get the learning you need. We can't stress enough how important it is to view your business planning process as an ongoing learning cycle. You should go through several iterations and refine the plan based on its purpose. You don't necessarily need to recreate a new written document each time, but you should refine your thinking on and execution of different aspects of the business continually. As you read through the FOSSA plan, think about the process that Gloria was going through. Think about the questions she uncovered and evaluate how the plan has answered those questions. Compare that with the stage of development for the Firefly plan. What differences do you see? Just as with Firefly, we will annotate aspects of the plan that we think do a good job and others that might be improved. Just as was the case with Firefly, it is too early to tell if FOSSA will be a sustainable business. Yet the additional milestones that FOSSA has passed due to its longer existence make it that much closer to becoming an ongoing entity. FOSSA has built a strong team and seems well positioned to enter the market. Launching a business isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. We expect that your business planning process will help you train to run that race. Beyond the business plan. There is much debate about the value of a business plan. We even proclaim that the plan will be obsolete as soon as it comes off the press. Some have suggested that 5 to 10 PowerPoint slides, a dehydrated plan, and an executive summary is all that is needed. These are important extracts from the business plan, but the argument about whether you need a business plan is a red herring. Most of the debate is really about communicating the contents of the plan, not about business planning. This book helps you travel along a very personal entrepreneurial journey in a manner that will focus your energies. The true value of crafting a business plan is that it imposes the discipline that allows you to become an expert on your industry and your idea for making that industry better. Ultimately, the business planning process helps you shape your ideas into concrete executable opportunities that create value. This process, the hard work of your new venture, due diligence and articulation, is a learnable skill that makes you a better entrepreneur. Remember, the deep understanding of your opportunity is the competitive advantage you will need to push the odds of success in your favor. At the same time, it will help you raise money, recruit key management, secure vendors, and attract customers. Although this book lays out the business plan as a sequential process, you must remember it is an iterative one. Writing one section has implications for the other sections, and you will find yourself revisiting those sections continuously. That is why it doesn't matter that the business plan is obsolete the minute it comes off the printer. Harkening back to Chapter 1, where we talk about the Timmins model, the planning process helps you do the following. Gauge the nature of the opportunity, shape that opportunity, and create a plan to launch and grow the business. Enhance your ability to articulate the value-creating potential of your company. Having worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs throughout the years, we are always impressed by the tangible growth and clarity of the entrepreneurial vision during the business planning process. The process forces you to answer and ask important questions. It helps you identify the critical assumptions or leaps of faith that must occur for the business to succeed. Once you understand those assumptions, you can take steps to reduce the uncertainty around them. More knowledge will enhance your chances of success. Conclusion. Welcome to the entrepreneurial revolution. We hope you have found this book useful as you embark on your entrepreneurial endeavor. By going through the business planning process, you will have improved your chances of success. The process and discipline put you in charge of evaluating and shaping choices and initiating action that makes sense rather than letting things happen. Having a longer-term sense of direction is highly motivating. It is extremely helpful in determining when to say no, which is much harder than saying yes, and can replace impulsive hunches with a more thoughtful strategic purpose. When you have launched your business, you will contribute to the country's economic vitality. We hope your business will create jobs, not just for you, but also others. Your business may well be a lasting legacy that outlives you. Remember to think big. Companies that grow will survive and prosper because of their innovative nature and competitive breakthroughs. Entrepreneurial ventures have demonstrated a remarkable capacity to invent new paradigms of organization and management. They have abandoned the organizational practices and structures typical of the industrial giants from the post-World War II era to the 1990s. The world needs big problems solved and has relied on entrepreneurs to find those solutions. Think of Henry Ford, Thomas Watson of IBM, Bill Gates, and Home Depot's Arthur Blank. Your business may never reach the size of those firms, nor may you have such aspirations, but you will have lasting impact on your family and community. I mean, why not? You could have such aspirations also. Anyways, enjoy the trip. And following are a few appendices in the book, and that is the end of the book. There is a FOSSA business plan as well. Maybe I'll read it later. And then there's a PowerPoint deck presentation in the appendices. I encourage you to get the book for those if you need it. And I encourage you to get the book for looking through the actual financial plans in Chapter 10 as well. So it's been a good read. Thank you guys for joining, and I hope you guys continue reading more books and keep learning. I'm Aditya Mittal, and it's been great reading this book to you.